Federico Ferrante here from Azimut Yachts. We are aboard our S7, one of the four models of our S collection. So just a quick reminder, S6, S7, S8 and S10. Let's start from this cockpit, which is incredibly rich and full of features. So going here towards the back, the transom, the aft of the boat, you see what it looks like, and it is a sunbathing area, of course, with the foldable backrest. But this area right here is a concentrate of a smart and engineering solution when it comes to boating. So for instance, you have an immense amount of storage which is easily accessible from various areas that we're gonna go look. And this is where you can store, as you can see, all your covers, your windows covers, product cleaning, and so on and so forth. Now, one will say, why do you have access to this storage also from these two compartments? And the reason is that these are specifically designed for these folding chairs that folds in a flat configuration, and you can slide them in and out from those storage units without the need of opening from the top. So those two pockets are designed to accommodate the chairs. Moving on this side, you do have another axis of storage, more flat, and we'll see why. That's under here is also the garage, which we'll go take a look at later. So, but again, storage space under this unit, and then of course you have a main center area, and any access, of course, doesn't require to remove or touch the cushions. Every storage locker you have seen opens and closes with the cushions on top, and so this is another area where can be used for storage. So this entire area is sunbathing, but offers the entire volume is dedicated to storage in a very modular and fraction way. So when you have to access something, not necessarily need to bother someone which is staying there if you have to open this hatch. In the aftmost areas, of course, we always like to talk about storage. In this specific configuration they haven't used it, but we created this pocket where the extra line, which will be on your cleat, can go inside this storage locker, which is designed to hold the lines nice and clean out of the cleat. While we are here and we have this inspiration piece, this give us a message, because this table not only is actually a piece of art, but is made of extremely light gray finished carbon fiber, which tells us a story. You have carbon fiber here, you also have carbon fiber here exposed. We love carbon fiber. Who doesn't like the look of carbon fiber? The entire superstructure and the garage door of the S7 is all built in carbon fiber. So we have components. These, of course, there is some weight saving, but this is more a cool factor. It's more a good-looking table versus the structure of the boat, as well as heavy components like a garage door and so on. So from being in carbon fiber, they affect tremendously the performance of the boat. The way this table works, there is a very simple locking system here. So what you do, you just move this back, because it can accommodate 8 people for a beautiful alfresco dining in a very simple way. You extract this leg, you take this part of the table. Again, I can have you feel the weight, but I can have you see the feeling. And here you go, you have a full 8 people comfortable alfresco dining under the roof in the shade with basically to move. When you're done and you don't want it all the way, you just close your legs or support brackets, and under here, and once the boat is yours, you will remember exactly where it is. You have a mechanical lock, it's locked in place, and you're done. 2 seconds. And moving on the starboard side of the cockpit, we have our wet bar. So beautiful surface in case you want to use it to serve food and have a countertop available. But if you open it, you have your hot water, cold water sink, and your barbecue. Underneath, you have your ice maker, trash compartment, ventilated ice maker, so always Ventilation is very important to make sure that appliances have the air they need to perform. And here, as you can see, very beautifully integrated. Most likely, if you wouldn't see the handle, you wouldn't even think that there is. Instead is your cockpit refrigerator. 2 drawers and ample capacity to serve immediately the cockpit. If you look at this as far as engineering and you see how balanced and beautiful is the integration of a ladder which will go to the flybridge, which of course we'll go through later, a wet bar which when in function has this kind of feeling, but when it's closed it almost disappeared. You have this beautiful, again, gray carbon fiber bar top, if you wish, and all integrated under the shade of the cockpit for a very unique and outstanding alfresco experience, I would say. The way this has been achieved is through doors which are fairly sophisticated when it comes to movement, and you know, but they give that kind of feeling of once you move all the door away, it slides into this pocket with the one end, very simple, and it locks safely in position. You see, it's locked, nothing move. So you can do that also when you're at the anchor if you have some rolling. There is no problem. Now you are creating this very open feeling concept where the interior communicates with the exterior. You can appreciate that we have no steps. So from the transom you get into the cockpit and you're walking through this, and all the way until the first step you encounter is the going down to the lower deck. And so now you have a completely flowing one environment. And if the weather doesn't allow, it's too hot or it's too cold, of course you close the door and then you're creating a more traditional layout with the separation. We are approaching the interior. This is, we offer this model, the S7, in 2 decor, we call them, 2 look configuration. One is called Pearl Lanera, black pearl, and the other one is called platinum, which is this. So this one has 2 wood. You have a brush oak, so a very 10% gloss finish, very metallic finishing to this wood, so you almost feel like you're touching a raw natural piece of wood, right next to 100% gloss mahogany. So again, the combination of a very metallic, a very wild, if you wish, to the touch and to the look, so a very warm material with a very luxurious mahogany 100% gloss, so something a little bit more sustained, and the combination of the two together, then in addition with the beautiful innovative materials and stainless steel trim, create this look. Francesco Guida is the designer which designed the S7 interior, and while we'll talk about designers, Stefano Righini is the iconic Azimut designer which designed the exteriors, and we'll look at some of his signatures touch on the exterior as well. So while we are in here, we'll go through the features. As I said, I'll try to show you maybe more behind the backstage. So this is, of course, would be your glass cabinet, your bar. I just opened it so you can look at it better, but it was clear already. Of course, ILO 55-inch television. This ILO has a switch right there, up and down arrows. When you want to watch television, you bring it up, of course, but when you don't, it completely disappears, integrated in the back of the cabinet, in order to leave as much as of this natural light and beautiful view possible and available in this salon. Moving on the port side, this is a very interesting and sophisticated layout. First of all, I personally believe those are two pieces of art. If you look at the stainless steel base of these tables, they are of course electric. They go up and down. They're extremely quiet. They are controlled by those two switches right there in the corner, and they allow you to create a very multifunctional area. If you, for instance, would put them in the lower position, they have a coffee table configuration. So you're lounging now on this sofa, and you have the table down, and is more as I said, in a coffee table configuration. And you can put your feet on it. You're watching a movie. You put your pillow there. This is the perfect position to be comfortable and relaxed on board. If you bring them up as they were before, you can actually extend it. You know, they both open. and move and slide, and they become basically one large table, similar concept of the table we have just seen in the cockpit, but times two, for dining inside 8 people, again in a comfortable configuration. Or you can leave one down and one up, and this can be for instance a morning breakfast nook table, where that is your coffee table configuration, and this will be more always up, so they're dynamic, or you can take it down as well. They work in a very simple way, so they slide. For instance, this if it would be in a coffee table configuration, of course we would have slided forward in order to create this more distance. So again, the concept is extremely dynamic. They fold and open, and can create a very large dining table. One can be down, the other one can be up, they can both be down, so very versatile. Is a very versatile way of configuring the salon through these tables. The entire area of the sofa is dedicated to storage. We have design lamps in this particular decor unit, so we paid an extremely high amount of attention to lighting, I would say in the last decade, and especially more in the last 5 years. So every lamp is designed from the largest for the largest Italian designer. So you have Floss, you have Artemide. So those 2 pieces on that bulkhead right there is part of the design lighting package as well. This panel right here is part of the lighting design package. So you see there is not just lighting. If you look at boats from 7, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, lighting was this was lighting. Spotlights all over the place, and that's it. There was no lighting design. Look only at this salon. You have a backlit glass cabinet. You have design lamps as a piece of art in a corner there. You have a design light feature on the ceiling, a design lamp on the cabinet here. So there is a lot of attention of details and design to make the environment more and more look like home. We want our customer to feel at home on their boats. So if we move forward, we get to the galley. This is an open galley concept, therefore there's a lot of communication. This is a part of our sport collection, the S collection, so is addressed for maybe a little bit less formal way of boating. So the galley is part of the salon, which is part of the cockpit. So you can tell here a nice large family of friends that enjoy the space, and they all have a great time on board. Full galley, Miele appliances as always on our product. Plenty of storage as well. So this is a very big and nice, as I say, I always like to show the depth. So almost a foot deep drawer. This is all your cutlery. Again, all our cutlery is specifically made for Azimut yachts, so every piece comes with the boat and with the Azimut logo on it. Focusing on storage in galley, you have these 3 very convenient pockets, if you wish, where miscellaneous galley stuff can stay. Of course, you have storage and trash under the sink, and you have the mini dishwasher as well, so no need to wash dishes. Provided is also natural ventilation, so through this switch right here, you open this glass, and you have natural ventilation in case you're cooking something smelly. You can actually open this one on the port side, you open that one on the starboard side, you create airflow, and then imagine if you also open the roof, which we'll talk about later, then of course you have all the airflow that you need. This material right here, in Italian we call it quartzite. It's a man-made natural material, and it looks like marble, and as a matter of fact we call it statuario quartzite, which comes from the statuario Carrara marble. The difference with marble though is that this doesn't absorb fluids, so it cannot be affected by spillage of citruses, orange, lemon, alcohol wine. So you have the same look of marble, but it's much more durable and resistant in terms of absorbing fluid. This will be your in-helm electrical panel. So of course you have you know, your DC panel and your AC panel are separated, but these are the first first control panel. Of course in the engine room you have more for the main components, but these are the breakers and system that you want to control from here. Let's move to the helm. Very comfortable and generous. This is a Raymarine equipped product, so our electronic packages are Raymarine. This specific unit has the Platinum package, so the best of our electronic package, which of course include also the what we call the monitoring system. So this is where the owner or the captain can also control several of the functions of the boat, from the alarms, for instance, from bilge pumps. We can turn on and off, and they're pointed. Every green dot here shows where a bilge pump is located, and from here you control them. Then distribution of power, you can start and stop the generator here. You can put the generator online and offline, and you read your voltage and amperes drop of your either generator when the generator is the source, or the shore powers when shore power are the source. For instance, in this configuration you can tell that we have one shore power plugged on board, which is feeding both bars of the electrical system of the boat. If you would have a second shore power, you will see obviously this side green, that bar closed, and you know, each independent. This will be open, that closed, and each shore power feed one of the two bars. When you have generator on, everything is connected and powered to the generator. Navigation page, you have your tanks, fresh water, gray water, fuel, control of the pumps, controls of the windshield wipers, and navigation lights. Air conditioning is probably the most useful because until we started to integrate monitoring system in this way, you were forced to basically go in every single area and set the parameters of every single fan coil, or area at least, individually. Now you can do that by clicking on each one of this area. You select the area, you decide what you want to do in that area. But if you don't want to bother with that, you just synchronize maybe during the day where the same temperature is okay for everyone. You hit the one button and the entire boat, the entire conditioning system is set on the same temperature and on the same fan speed level, so noise. Moving here, control station. Handles, everything provided by Volvo. So we buy from Volvo Penta, of course, the 3 engines in the engine room, IPS the 1350, and the levers as well as the joystick. So it's a full package, all provided by Volvo Penta, which is very important in terms of service, warranty, distribution, parts. You have the customer will have only one reference point and one supplier for the entire propulsion package. Joystick always located to the most external part of the helm, because you can actually use it and look where you are controlling and maneuvering the boat from this side, where you also have an electrically operated openable window. We still provide bow thrusters on our IPS configuration. Technically you don't need bow thruster on IPS, and it's true. Through joystick and their maneuvering features, you can do the same maneuvers that you would do using a bow thruster without. We still put bow thruster in because specifically here in the US, as you can see, we dock a lot through pilings, and so when you want to do the finesse maneuver, maybe is a husband and wife, and he's driving the boat and she's putting the line on a pole, with the bow thruster you can get to that finesse point where you don't have any movement of the boat. And so that's why in product of this level and range is worth it to also add a bow thruster for that extra comfort zone. So I think we have covered the helm, but of course the helm seat up and down, back and forth, electrically adjustable. The co-pilot seat instead is fixed in position. Both bolster. All these seats are handmade, custom designed for Azimut and for the S7. So this is not an off-the-shelf seat that you can buy in any ship chandler. These are designed by Azimut, manufactured one by one. Washer, perfect position, comfortable to open, close, transfer load, and operate them. That cabinet right there could be the perfect place where to put you know, the various soap and softener and products that the machine needs. You close them, it disappears, and you will never know you have basically a laundry set in this area. Storage, little shelf. This would be actually probably even a better, to be honest, position for material which you're going to use the soaps and so on for the washing machine. Maybe you can leave them here, even though, I mean, you also have a refrigerator for night usage, so you might want to have some glasses here. So, but that again, you have storage on the bottom, refrigerator, storage shelf on top. So, maximize usage of volume and space. Appreciate also the light work. This decoration panel is all backlit LED and gives this idea of a floating, beautiful panel to create space heading to the master cabin, which is where we are right now. Full beam, so you can see that the bed is the furthest most away possible from the noisy area of the boat, if you wish, which would be the engine room. So you have this entire block, which is, we'll see, is a walk-in closet, shower, bathroom. Once you close this door, this entire block create a complete separation from engine room and crew quarters, so granting the owner the most quiet. So it's the widest part of the boat. That's what we call full beam master cabin, is the widest part of the boat, but also the comfortable and quiet because of this air pocket insulation design, positioning of bathroom, showers and closet. Natural light, this is natural light galore. So of course is the sport collection. So we have a little bit more of an aggressive look with these 6 windows framed instead of being frameless, because of that cosmetic look that we want to give to the exterior, but also create a more dynamic and sporty design without penalizing the amount of natural light. So again, if you look at the amount of light and you think about being in the Bahamas, in Sardinia, in Polynesia, wherever the Azimut Yachts owner of an S7 would be, and you are in your master cabin, and now what you're looking at from these windows is paradise, I don't think there is a better place where to be. Very innovative, as you can imagine, is that we call this a TV totem, designed to incorporate this curve, of course 15-inch TV, and made custom for the purpose, and creates this suspended element, technological and advanced, but meanwhile elegant and design oriented, with of course this LED profile which make it look like it's kind of floating. Perfect visibility from the bed, of course. And we'll see here which the S7 have this very unique head bathroom configuration. We'll now go through a little bit through actually storage, and again, like signature pieces of our all our collection, cross-referenced, a lot of storage under the bed. So under every single bed, unless we need the space for technical purposes, and typically on smaller boat, maybe you have a freshwater tank in a 34 and a 40 footer, but anywhere else where components can be in the bilge and they don't need a space, under the beds is the best place for suitcases and large volume towels, sheet sets, covers, and so on and so forth. So under the beds you have a lot of storage. You have that's of course a drawer. You have a drawer set here, which is actually pretty voluminous, and you can tell it's a 4 bins compartment, and I always like to say, you know, you're talking about almost a foot deep each, and so a lot of storage for clothing here. This unit right here is another immense amount of storage. Now 3 bins for that kind of length right there, and same depth as those. so an incredible amount of storage there. That area right there is was a sort of a design inspiration from Francesco Guida, which now in this case they have put this sphere, this decor sphere, but you will see probably also on our website, on the brochure, there were little plants, so it was an area to have a sort of a Zen garden, if you wish. So they are designed to put decoration elements which connect to the lights. Of course, mirror on both sides that even created that feeling of depth that makes the cabin feel so big. And also here we are looking at design pieces. This is, for instance, this is from Artemide and is called Mezza Chimera. Those are Artemide as well, and they are called Tolomeo. So those lamps, or those reading lamps that you see on top of the bed, those again are design pieces. So if you go back talking about design, this is actually a very unique solution in terms of design, because we decided to do something different, something innovative, which is a sink outside, if you wish, of the bathroom, which we'll see later. So this is your sink area, of course, with storage, drawers, and cabinetry throughout, natural stone countertop, design minimalistic faucets, ample mirror, beautiful top here, and so is outside of the bathroom in a way, but of course is behind this television totem, and so created this new configuration and look. Behind this bulkhead, which as you can see almost seamlessly flow, in reality there is a pretty decent surprise, because it's a full walk-in closet. Actually I walk in, so I give you an idea of the dimension. You have a 90 degrees angle hanging bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, a bottom shelf on the bottom with a safe in the middle, a full-length mirror, if you need to see the way you look before going out, a set of 4 drawers and another 3 shelves here. So this is a pretty intense in terms of size for 70 feet walk-in closet. Storage is impressive and also cleverly hidden. For instance, this is a huge volume of storage, which once closed, one wouldn't even think that exists. The same for here, a lot of volume, you know, and deep. Look at the amount of clothing or towels or you name it, you can have here. Like this is not enough. Now look here, another storage volume, and when you lift that panel, you have another storage level underneath the panel, so you can divide eventual storage component. And of course this is self-explanatory, but you also have storage here. So, and again, we just moved within you know, 3 feet in a bathroom, and look at the amount of volume of storage available. Look at the amount of space, and how can I move freely. You have a rain shower as well as a telephone shower here, and this is a full residential size, so I can move and take a shower without any impediment, and all the comfort that I would have in a shower at home. Detail of the stainless steel, for instance, I like always to point out Azimut logo on the handle of the shower, which means that is a custom-made piece for the S7 Azimut. This is not a piece that you buy off the shelf from any brand, which makes them in thousands and therefore can keep the prices in certain ranges. This is custom made by small companies in Italy, handmade for the Azimut S7. Actually not for Azimut, for the Azimut S7. Moving forward, I think probably we do the VIP cabin first, which again is extremely voluminous and spacious, thanks to our signature bow, trapezoidal bow. You know, you have the largest and widest, actually, separation bulkhead between the collision bulkhead and the VIP cabin. It gives this incredible amount of space in a 70 feet forward cabin. Hanging lockers on both sides and shelving. Every time you see this kind of pull out for panels, it means that behind here there might be components valves, drainages, maybe gray water, carbon black filters, components will require access. These panels are held in place either by male-female pin lock system or double-side 3M Velcro, so they come off easy without the need of any tool. So you just put your finger, pull, and you access the system or the components which are behind the panel. These are actually very beautiful. They are ceramic, so this handle, again, focus on design. This is ceramic handles, which are characteristic of the S7. In-suite, of course, the VIP is an in-suite. Same material layout of the master cabin, so we have stone countertop, storage, ample storage everywhere, and we have storage here and storage here. So this is the amount of storage, and also right here. So this, you can see again in 2 feet now. Look at the amount of storage that you have to make sure that you can leave on board everything you need. Shower, 6 feet, 75 kilos, 170 pounds and change, and I am absolutely super comfortable. I don't have any limitation of movement. Telephone shower, adjustable. I can put it away, you know, at my height, and you know, is really, I don't have any discomfort. I'm not in an RV environment. I'm on a yacht, on an Azimut yacht, so the comfort level is. I think we can go now to the other 2 quarters, which they share a head. So this bathroom right here serves the double purpose of serving this cabin with a direct access and a direct door, as well as this cabin with this door, and also works as a day head. So if you have guests on board and friends that not necessarily spend the night and they need to use the bathroom, this is going to be the day head used during the day. So now the port cabin is a twin, very comfortable, wide mattresses, storage everywhere. So we have you know, hanging locker with shelves, small and large, as well as storage under the beds, which is vented. So we want to make sure that whatever is under the bed also has as much airflow as possible. And so you see that they are designed with vents in order to guarantee airflow into the storage. And while we are at it, actually, all our mattresses are Lympha is the brand, and there's memory foam, so the top quality mattresses available for yachts on the market. They come standard with Azimut yachts. As far as the storage, the same applies under the other bed where I'm sitting on. So we will not go through it, but there is a storage under this bed as well. As we said, you can control, of course, the air conditioning from the main helm, but you don't have to. Every occupant of every cabin then, of course, has his own dedicated independent panel. So you will see this Dometic panel in every cabin, and each cabin can set its own air conditioning temperature and fan speed. So you can do either or. And these obviously prevail. This is actually a more versatile cabin. So 70 feet is a range where having 4 cabins layout is challenging. There are many boats in this range which are 3 cabins still. So we wanted to provide instead 4 cabin through a very creative, if you wish, solution, which is this L shape. So it's sort of a bunk bed, but much more comfortable. First of all, it's much easier to go up on this bed. Actually, you know, I can show you where, you know, it's extremely easy, and once you're up, it's a fully comfortable bed where an adult can sleep very comfortably. So it's not really a bunk bed with a ladder and stairs. It's very easy to go up and down. And the cabin, despite this configuration, perfect for kids, of course, but it's very large. So you have an ample amount of storage, hanging bar and shelves, and all that bottom is a shelf. Of course, you have a storage under this bed, so all this bed is storage. But also, once you are in here, you have a lot of space. You can get dressed, undress. So is really a 4th cabin. Of course, is a little bit more sporty, if you wish, than a little bit more formal twin or a VIP. But it's a full 4th cabin, so can allow you to take 2 extra people cruising on an S7. So we covered the main and lower deck, so I think it's time to approach the flybridge. Actually, before moving there, I would like to notice, look at this beautiful piece of carbon fiber. We talk about the carbon fiber table, in that instance made in gray carbon fiber, and we'll see that there are different carbon fiber accents throughout the boat to always remind the owner, of course, of the beauty of the material, but also the fact that he has purchased the most technologically advanced yacht on the market in this segment. And so this, look at this beautiful piece of stainless steel and carbon fiber frame. This is obviously cosmetic, aesthetic. It doesn't have a structural function, but is a design piece. So going to the flybridge, we saw it briefly in the cockpit later. So integrated ladder, so very safe, sturdy handrail, but integrated into a polished AZ stainless steel. So have also this kind of design look, if you wish. Very safe. Again, well, we just mentioned carbon fiber profiles here as well. Very safe approach to the flybridge. Handrail, so I leave the handrail here. I have immediately another handrail to grab here and another one here. Very wide, nice and safe steps to go up to the flybridge. While you go this way, look at this piece of art. Every time I've seen these hundreds, literally hundreds of times, and every time I see this piece, I like to sit down and contemplate the beauty. It's really, it looks like a spaceship, in between a spaceship and a Formula One car race. And of course, the custom black painted domes, as well as mast and FLIR night vision camera and radar that makes it all flow like really this is aggressive and design oriented. And while I'm here, this is very comfortable sunbathing areas, which of course have storage underneath, immense amount of storage where you can put all your covers. Here you have a refrigerator, drawer refrigerator here for your drinks. So when you are on the flybridge, you actually can keep beer and sodas cans here without the need to go necessarily downstairs for drink. You have a beautiful dinette. So once again, you might have owner, wife, a significant other side by side driving the boat, and you can easily have 3-4 friends here in a very comfortable, relaxed environment. And again, you're driving, your wife is there, I'm here, my wife is here, we chit chat, we have a great time down the intercoastal waterways or anywhere else in the world you might be cruising. This is really, this is what yachting is about. Spend time with friends, family, have a good time outdoor. And this flybridge right here, you have 2, 4, 6 people can be very comfortably located on a flybridge on the S product. This layout also very cleverly convert into a sunbathing area. So again, Italian intelligence. So you have a cushion here. This panel slide in. This cushion fills there. That other cushion you put it on top of this, and this becomes a nice sunbathing area. So now you have 1 and 2 sunbathing area, and 2 sitting side by side driving. Then you put this back, cushion on top, cushion back in its storage, close the door, and you're done. So the sunbathing area convert into a sofa with very simple mechanical gesture. Nothing can give you a problem. Of course, the boat comes with exterior covers. So every time you see these snaps, and these devices here are because we provide as a standard covers for all the exterior furniture and upholstery. And you also have a bimini top which folds. Right now they have removed the fabric of the bimini top, but you see this arch structure right here. It opens, manual. This line right here connect to those hooks right there at the aft of the flybridge, and you have a shade through a very sturdy stainless steel bimini top with umbrella fabric on top. The helm of the flybridge is very comprehensive, as everything that the helm downstairs has. So from your seakeeper control, joystick, levers, I don't think we want to spend too much time here. And actually, I need to reprehend myself because I forgot when we were in the salon and main helm galley. I think I mentioned it fairly quickly. I don't think we spent enough time on the electric roof. And from here, actually, we probably have a better idea, because if you look at that black panel, and those two stainless steel pieces right there, you can picture actually the framing. That roof completely slides open, and there is a shade, a curtain shade in the salon, which actually can open and close independently from the roof. And so you open the shade, you open the roof, and then you have that big section completely open air. So I always like, to say, maybe not during the day, but at night when you have beautiful stars are glazing and the moon is full, like it was last night here in Florida, and you open the roof, you might have an incredible view and experience on board your yacht. So I think we covered the flybridge. We can approach the bow. Side boarding gates, so this is very convenient for the US market, where typically we dock and we have a side docks, unlike the European market, where most of the time they dock stern in, and in case that will be the case, the boat comes with a gangway, which is electro-hydraulic and controlled by those two keypads right there. One controls the garage door, the other one the gangway. But in case of sideboarding, like more typical of the American markets, you would have typically a ladder, a sideboarding ladder, and you have sideboarding gates on each side already cut through. This is your docking station, cockpit docking station. Again, joystick from Volvo, and you have different features on the joystick itself. The joysticks are all the same, the one here, the one on the flybridge, and the one in the main helm. This will be your sky hook, so once you press this button, the boat stays at the latitude and longitude crossing, as well as the bow heading, so it doesn't moves with a tolerance of 2-3 feet. You have joystick maneuvering, cruising, which means that you use your joystick as a rudder. Basically, you're moving the pods during navigation through this feature. You have the high mode, which is extra power from the docking mode. Docking mode is your docking. You use the joystick for docking, means that has a limit of the RPMs the engines can reach in relation to your impressed movement. And then you have high maneuver. In those instances where you have a strong current or strong wind or both, you can have extra powerful docking features. So here you have your joystick, which again controls all your IPS pod drives, as well as your bow thruster, progressive bow thruster. So we said we were going to go to the bow. While we're passing through here, this is the access to the crew quarter, which we'll go through in a little while. And you can see how wide and comfortable is the walk-through to the bow. Very sturdy handrail throughout. Easy 1916 electro-polished stainless steel. And here you arrive to basically the fourth lounging area on the S7. Here you have immense sunbathing area in the front side of it, and a comfortable C-shaped sofa with the shade, and your coffee table, again, when you can enjoy the weather, relax, and have a good conversation with friends and family. Somebody can hang out in the sun, somebody can stay in the shade, and we all enjoy the same area, the same space. Of course, you have audio system here. There's music, and that's the control, the fusion control. That black switch is the switch which control this bimini top to close and open. When you close it, you simply fold this backrest, so the bimini top falls into this pocket right here, but also the backrest during navigation, high-speed navigation, will not interfere with visibility when it's in a down position. Let's go down to the crew quarters. Two comfortable steps, again handrail, and actually this is what we're passing by here. This is a very interesting. This is one of Regini. Again, we discussed. This is an exterior design by Stefano Regini, which actually is the same designer which did this 72 flybridge as well. And one of his genius touch, if you wish, was this what he called diamond cut. So you will notice that these windows are not on a flat surface. they are on a slightly inclined surface to create an angle where they meet, which, if you think about it, is exactly what the diamond cut is. When they cut diamond, they give them those angle cut so the light reflects differently. And this is what, if you see the S7 from more far away, you will appreciate the details. And again, as you can imagine, it's much easier to build a boat with a flat windows than to create the right perfect angle that the designer wants. But this is the result instead if you follow. So the way down, very sturdy, comfortable handrail with actually two beds. With the second bed will be, instead of these storage units right here, you have a second bed which actually fold down. You do have, this is actually a table, you know, so for the crew to have also a sort of a desk if they have to do their notes. Sometimes, you know, fuel readings and maintenance log and cruising log, they want to have a comfortable little table, so there's an area here where they can do their homework if you wish. Closet on that side, which is very easy, opens, you know, with the shelves and safe in this instance. There is a storage under the bed, vacuum system also in the crew quarters. This is obviously the bathroom area, and they have a separate shower and toilet compartment, so which is actually very, very comfortable. I mean, I can totally stand and move around freely without any limitation. TV system, of course, the TV swing. You have a bracket, and you unlock the bracket for weather protection. You don't want this to be a light piece of equipment, and you can watch his TV and rest. And then when you put it back, this spring-loaded lock will make sure that it stays in place. And we are approaching our stern. Again, I always like to put a lot of attention on handrails, so always a safe. Also, to come out of the water, you might wonder, what is this? This is the boarding ladder. You unhook this hatch, take it out, goes down in the water. When you come back on the boat, you want a nice safe handle on the deck to come back up. So this is the transom of the S7, of course. This door pivot this way, creating a beach platform. Obviously we can't open it here at this dock, so I will open it as much as we can to show you, but picture it that once it's open, becomes basically this entire surface that we will see is wide and long enough to accommodate up to three actually chaise longue, sunbathing chaise longue, and anyway is a beautiful lounging area that can be used to you know, access the water and have a good time in close contact with the water. The garage is actually designed to host 2 water toys, so you can have a 13.5 feet tender and a Sea-Doo Spark, a jet ski, the compact jet ski next to it, which is actually pretty unique for this size of boat. And you know, on one end they don't pollute, if you wish, the exterior line of the boat. So once your toys are in the garage and this door is closed, your boat will always look as pretty as it has been designed, without hanging weird components on the transom. But also they are always protected from the environment. They are, once you rinse them off with fresh water and you put them in here, they're going to be protected. They are not exposed to the sun. The upholstery doesn't get abused by the sun, and so is a double purpose, cosmetic but also technical, to preserve your toys. This tent obviously is intended to make this area looks a little bit more pretty, if you wish. When imagine that the platform is down, now your toys are in the water and you're using a platform, you have a couple of chairs on a chaise longue, you don't want to look into a garage which is more technical space. You have a dedicated tent. When you roll it down, it actually has an Azimut yacht logo on it, so it's a beautiful tight tent which cover the garage. And so I guess that here from the transom we have completed our walkthrough video on this Azimut Yacht S7. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to contact us, azimutyachts.com, to locate your official dealer, and have a nice day. Thank you.